You all ever hear somebody say,
I'm such an extrovert, I love to go out, or
somebody else is an introvert because she's shy? Especially with this lockdown, the extroverts real struggling versus the introverts, them just chilling at home. I personally don't know how people reach these classifications. Do you have to go to a therapist? So today I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go on the internet and see if somebody could determine my personality type. Am I pregnant? No. An introvert or extrovert? You're really busy at work and a colleague is telling you their life story and personal woes. You
don't dare interrupt them. Think it's more important to give them some of your time, work and wait, listen but only with half an ear, interrupt and explain that you are really busy at the moment.
I am somewhere between 1 and 3, like depends on if it's real juicy. I might just let them talk. If I'm really busy, I will hear them, but I will try and multitask. 3, I will try my best to listen, but still do what I had to do. You've been sitting in the doctor's waiting room for 25 minutes. Typical.
So you look at your watch every 2 minutes, bubble with inner anger, but be quiet. Explain to other equally impatient people in the room that the doctor is always running late. Complain in a loud voice while tapping your foot impatiently.
I'm definitely not the last two because I ain't talking to nobody I don't know most of the time. 25 minutes. Second one, bubble with anger, because I real impatient, but I wouldn't say anything. You're having an animated discussion, very me, with a colleague regarding a project that you're in charge of. You
don't dare contradict them. Think that they are obviously right. Defend your own point of view tooth and nail. Continuously interrupt your colleague.
This sounds like an argument, not an animated discussion. If I have a point, I say my point. Definitely not one. Think they are obviously right, considering that I'm in charge of the project. I think I'm 3. Defend your own point of view tooth and nail. For sure. You're taking part in a guided tour at a museum.
You are a bit too far towards the back so you don't really hear what the guide is saying. You follow the group without question. You make sure that everyone is able to hear properly. Are right up in the front, adding your own comments in a loud voice.
Definitely not the last one. Definitely not trying to make sure everybody can hear because I don't know if that's my issue. I think I'm too follow the group without question. Generally, like in a museum, I'll just be okay. During a dinner party at your home, you have a hard time with people who
ask you to tell a story in front of everyone, talk privately amongst themselves, hang around you all evening, always drag the conversations back to themselves.
I don't care if people talk privately amongst themselves. Ask you to tell a story in front of people, yeah, don't do that. Don't put me on the spot for no reason. I'm not a fan. Personally, always drag the conversations back to themselves because that's just annoying. Actually, I think it's tell a story. Just randomly, I think it's that. They just ask, I ain't do that. You crack a joke at work, but nobody seems to have noticed.
You think it's for the best, it was a lame joke anyway. Wait to share it with your friends after work. Try again a little bit later with one of your colleagues. Keep telling it until they pay attention.
I'm known for being kind of like goofy, so I always say in some foolishness or something I think funny, and it don't land. What would I do, boy? Because I'm sure that happened plenty times. I think I'll just move on with life. Would I keep repeating myself? Maybe I might. Why is this so hard? Why is this so hard? What would I do? Oh my god. I might say first one, think it's for the best. It was a lame joke anyway. This morning, your agenda seems to be free. You
know that somebody will find a reason to come and bother you, okay? Heave a sigh of relief and look forward to a day without stress. Question your colleagues about a project that's been worrying you. Pick up the phone and start filling up your agenda with meetings.
Definitely not that one. Know that somebody will find a reason. No, I don't ever study that. Heave a sigh of relief. Highly likely question your colleagues. I think I'm in between those two because on one hand, I might be real relieved that I don't have much to do today, but you always have something to do. When you have a job, you always have something to do. So most likely I would ask about it. During dinner, the discussion moves to a subject about which you know nothing about. You
don't dare show that you don't know anything about the topic. Barely follow the discussion. Ask lots of questions to learn more about it. Change the topic, the subject of discussion.
Ask lots of questions to learn more about it. If I don't know, I don't know. And I think it's more embarrassing to pretend like you know and then get make out rather than just be honest about not knowing, and then you might learn something. Don't be ashamed. You're out with a group of friends and there's a person who is quite shy and doesn't talk much. You
notice that they're alone, but don't go over to talk with them. Go and have a chat with them. Shoot some friendly smiles in their direction. Hardly notice them at all.
I think I would notice the person. I don't think I would go and talk to them. Gosh, that sounds so mean. But I am mean sometimes. I don't know, we all are. I think I might shoot some smiles in their direction just to keep them involved. I don't know if I would outright just be like, hey, what you think, girl? Like, why not talking? Or no, come on, chill. Like, it's not that deep. If I notice, I might just like, if we all laughing at something, I would watch them and be like, right? Or just, you know, a little I really don't know. I hope I'm being honest with myself in this quiz. Let me just say shoot some friendly smiles in their direction, because I don't like people feeling left out of conversations that I in. But that don't mean I'm going to talk to you though. Just say. At work, somebody asks for your help for the 100th time. Lord.
You give them a hand as usual. Accept you're known for being helpful. Ask them, please, to find somebody else for a change. Woo, you all have issues. Loudly make it known that you're annoyed.
Definitely not the last two. Definitely. I am that type of person. Like, if you ask me to do the same thing 5 times, I'll probably help you the 6th time, but I will say, you know, this is like the 6th time I'm showing you this. Like, I will say it though. I think I will just give them a hand as usual, because I'm going to help you anyway, but I probably will make mention of the fact that I keep having to show you this one thing. Like, what's going on, friend? You know, so many other ways these situations could go that they're not taken into account. But I'm not a psychologist. You've been seeing a movie with your family and the reviews are mixed. You
don't share your point of view with anyone. Didn't like the film, but you keep your views to yourself when asked. State your point of view with enthusiasm. Try to bring the others around to your point of view.
Like, if I find the movie was horrible, I'll say, yeah, I hate that movie. That movie was so much stupidness. State your point of view with enthusiasm. A friend arrives late for your meeting. That friend is usually me. But anyway, you
say it's not a problem even if that's not what you really think. Give them a filthy look and sulk for the rest of the evening. That's too much. Why are you doing too much? Oh, relax. Tell them, you're too much. Have you seen the time? Make a scene in front of everyone.
I think I would say, no, it's no scene. It's not a problem. I don't think I'll make a big deal about it. You can't find your keys. Typical. You
don't want anyone to find out, so you take the bus instead. Nah. Panic and search madly without asking anyone for help. For a period. Grumble without telling your family why you're in a bad mood. No. Accuse them around you for misplacing them.
There are so many other options in this scenario. Like, why you can't just ask somebody for help? Why is that not an option for these people? Psychologies.co.uk. Why everything so negative? Oh my gosh, the closest thing to what I would do is panic and search madly without asking anyone for help for a period. That period probably lasts like 3 minutes. And then I'll be like, I can't find my keys. You see my keys? That's the closest one that resonates with the soul. Okay, last question. It's time for your annual appraisal with your boss. You
look forward to hearing what your boss thinks about you and expects from you. Rehearse ad nauseum with arguments and ideas that you've prepped for the meeting. Yeah, how you can have an argument and you don't know what the man going to say? That don't make sense. Go along unprepared as you are confident and like improvising.
I think too, and a little bit of go unprepared. How can you actually prepare for appraisal? Like, you don't know what he I keep saying he because my boss is a man. Or she, because, you know, woman power. What your boss gonna say? So I think realistically, look forward to hearing what your boss thinks about you and expects from you. That's me. Finito. You are more of a public extrovert and private introvert.
In public and at work, you're a ball of energy perpetually on the move. That is probably true. You take real pleasure in managing everything, much like the conductor of an orchestra. You enjoy being noticed by your work peers, and your anxiety is linked more to the thought of leaving others indifferent. I'll unpack that last bit. I don't think I have anxiety about leaving others indifferent. What does that mean? I don't know. You need others' attention to fully exist. I don't know about that. But once you've crossed the threshold of your home, it's another matter. That's true. You no longer take initiatives, but leave others to decide in your place. Offer little to no input.
That's actually incorrect. Like, I really like let me go here, let me do this, you know.
You're not comfortable and don't know how to react, and those around you often interpret your passiveness as a lack of interest or a certain reticence. I don't even know what that word means. So that whole sentence is confusing to me. Reactions of those around you make you feel the need to revise your behavior to close the gap between the two poles of your life.
What? What?
The public overactivity into which you throw yourself prevents you from expressing your emotions and feelings.
I guess that's kind of true. In a public setting, I guess, whether it's work, I'm not like emotionally invested. Like, you know how people can get really emotional in work and things? That not me.
It's not by denying or pushing them out of your attention that they cease to exist. Instead, by forcing them out of your conscious mind, they govern you unconsciously.
What are you saying? What are you really saying? You're saying what I was saying? I don't know. I think they're saying the same thing I saying that.
Why are you so afraid of your emotions?
Excuse? What?
What are you afraid of finding deep within yourself?
I don't know, because clearly I didn't find it yet, so how? I don't know.
You'd win some inner serenity if you accepted to walk the road of self-knowledge.
Okay. All you're really saying is that I have emotional issues that secretly run in my life, and because of that, I am an extrovert in public and an introvert at home. You agree with that, Moose? I know he hear what I'm saying, he just don't want to respond. Maybe it's true. You know, you have to take everything with a grain of salt. Some things I really don't agree with, like saying that I am so introverted at home. I don't know if introverted is a word. That, you know, I don't speak up and say, I don't agree with that at all. If you know me and you have any sort of qualification to determine if I'm an introvert or extrovert, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you think you're an introvert or extrovert. I'll save the link in the description for this exact quiz. Just prepare yourself for the outcome, because they're going to tell you about your feelings, right? And if your feelings get hurt easy, brace yourself. I just know when I'm around people who are vibing with others vibe, but I can't be vibing all the time. Like, I'm not going out every single weekend, Friday and Saturday. I'm not on my phone calling people, talking to people. I just really keep to myself generally. I just be watching my Netflix or my YouTube, and I'm real content with that. And every once in a while, a little social interactions is cool too. But when I'm in a social setting, I don't feel awkward or anything. Comment below what you think you are, and like and subscribe and all that good stuff.